Hey everyone, and welcome to Bite-Sized Tactics. In this video, we're going to be looking at the Space Marine Scouts. The Scouts have a similar profile to most Adeptus Astartes infantry units, however, there is one difference, and that is a 4 plus armor save instead of a 3 plus armor save. This unit will consist of one sergeant and between 4 or 9 scouts. A unit of 5 will cost 65 points, while a unit of 10 will cost 130. The scouts have the infantry keyword, and this may be important for abilities and stratagems throughout the game. They also have the smoke and grenades keywords, so this allows them to use the smoke and grenades stratagems. The scout squads are quite unique as they have both infiltrators and the scout ability, and they have their own inbuilt one called guerrilla tactics. So at the end of your opponent's turn, if this unit is more than 6 inches away from enemy units, this unit can go back into strategic reserves, and this can be quite handy. The scout squads have a lot of different variations in how you can equip them, but they normally come equipped with a bolt pistol, a close combat weapon, and finally a bolt gun. All of those weapons have a strength 4, 0 AP, and only do 1 damage, so they're not overly effective against anything other than some infantry units, but they also don't have too many attacks, so you probably won't get a lot of damage output from them. However, the sergeant can replace their bolt gun with an Astartes chainsword. This has 4 attacks at strength 4, minus 1 AP, and does 1 damage as well, per wound. Any number of models can replace their bolt gun with an Astartes shotgun, however, and this has the assault ability, which is really great for scoring secondaries and being able to get more movement across the tabletop. Also, any number of models can replace their bolt gun with combat knives with 3 attacks, strength 4 at no AP, and again only damage 1. It's only slightly better than the close combat weapons with an extra attack, but again, it's not going to help you in most combat situations. For every 5 models, one scout can be equipped with a scout sniper. Now this has both heavy and the precision abilities, however it can't completely kill a character because you only have 1 attack at strength 4, minus 2 AP and 2 damage. This is mainly good if you've already wounded that character earlier. Otherwise, I don't expect too many people to have a sniper rifle in their scout squad unless it's already been built with it. And then finally, for every 5 models in a unit, one scout can be equipped with a heavy bolter or a missile launcher. So the heavy bolter is great for dealing with infantry, while the missile launcher, which is also great at dealing with infantry, can possibly punch up against some vehicles and monsters if you use the crack profile at strength 9, minus 2 AP, and does d6 damage. However, with 1 attack, again, that's very unlikely. So there's a lot of variation here and a lot to think about when you are building this squad. So for their weaknesses, it isn't great at dealing with high toughness enemies or pretty much any kind of enemy model, as the damage output will vary greatly and you probably won't be too effective. It's also not a very durable unit. It's probably one of the least durable units in the Space Marines Codex. And even though the Infiltrator's ability and the Scout ability will help you get up the table very quickly at the start of the game to grab objectives, I wouldn't expect to hold them for very long, as your opponent will probably just charge into them or shoot them off within the first 2 turns. Also, you don't want this unit to be stuck in combat, as the guerrilla tactics ability can be quite helpful throughout the game. And this leads into their strengths, so they can be quite good at scoring some secondary points for you with the guerrilla tactics ability. And again, you can get some really great board presence as well with the infiltrators and again the scout movement. So you can take up position across almost the entire board if you take multiple units. It's a very cheap move block as well, so if you did want to sacrifice them, you could. And then it gives you time to set up your other units on a fortified objective, or just allows you some more time to pick off the more threatening units your opponent might have. Again, the variation in how you equip the unit can be quite helpful, as you have a different range of weapons to choose from. However, I really like the Astartes shotgun as it has the assault keyword and allows you to move up the board, advance, and still shoot, or you could just do actions to score you some secondary points. Also, this unit is great to use in all detachments, as it can act very independently and be quite threatening, as you can come on and off the board. The Scout's mission play is somewhat a bit simple. You basically infiltrate, make your scout movements to set up where you need to in no man's land, and this could be for move blocks against combat efficient armies, or just a cheap throwaway unit to score some secondary points if you're playing tactically, or even if you're playing fixed, and allows you to set up that fortified objective. However, if you do want to keep this unit alive throughout the course of the game using their guerrilla tactics ability, this gives you multiple opportunities throughout the game to score secondary points from your reserves. And this can be quite annoying for your opponent as they will continually have to screen out your scouts. So when looking at generic marines, only the captain and Phobos armor can actually lead this unit. So the captain can target this unit with a free battle tactic stratagem once per battle round. Also, it has its own inbuilt ability to allow you to pick up 3 Adeptus Astartes Phobos units or scout squads and then redeploy them. And if you take multiple scout units, this can be quite a good character to have in one of those units to then keep them alive for longer with a redeploy, or just set them up again closer to your enemy if you want to hem them in their deployment zone. I personally think that the Scout Squad is a fantastic unit to have because it gives you a lot of early board presence if you take multiples, and it can score you some really easy secondary points early as well, and then hold possibly an objective for a turn or two before being kicked off of it by your opponent. I think it also gives you some decent gameplay opportunities as well, and that will mostly come from the scoring opportunities from their guerrilla tactics ability. However, if you do like running Phobos units, then I could see also having this unit in your army list for the same theme. But they are good across all the detachments for the Space Marines currently, so they're quite sought after by competitive players. Thank you for watching the video. If you liked it, click the like button, comment whether you think the Scout Squad is punching above its weight at the moment, and if you enjoy the content, subscribe for more.